Let's continue the string formatting. In this one, I would like to focus about printing float numbers. Let's say we have a number val with a very long precision here. If you try to print a val in a normal way, it's going to print a bunch of numbers of digits here from the precision, like 14 for example here. Now, if we'd like to use the width here, if we try to write width 20, it's going to print this string here, the same output, in a 20 output units, 20 spaces filled with digits, right aligned. Okay, what if you put the F letter here, it is going to print it, but it's going to use the default precision, which is typically 6 digits only. So if you wrote 11F, it's going to print it in 11 field, but only with 6 precision. If you wrote 20F, it will print 20 units. 6 of them will be for the precision, which is the default in the current implementations. What if I would like to control the two things? I would like to control the width and I would like to control the precision. In this case, you have to use the colon dot format. The colon number will show the target width. Dot 3F will show the target precision. So we are going to print 11 output units. 3 of them will be precision. So here is a total 11 output units, and 3 of them are for the precision only. Another example, I used here 3.5F. The problem here is the number of output units is less than the number of precision. Here we printed 11 output units, 3 of them precision. But here the precision, the output units is less than the precision itself. In this case, Python will go with more priority to precision. So actually what is going to happen is the precision of 5, all of them will be printed. What if I don't care about the width? I just would like only to print the precision. In this case, you write colon, nothing after it, then dot and 8F, which is just to print a number with 8 precision with no specific alignments. If you try to print directly 8.8F, it will give you an attribute error. I know that the syntax looks weird, but just matter of practice and practice till you get used to it. Here is the same ideas, but I'm using this time a number that is just have a couple of precision here. If you try to print it, or just print it with couple of precision. If you try to print it in 11 output units with the default precision, which is 6, you will have here 60 digits. But we don't have 60 digits, so they will be just a trailing zeros here. Similarly, if you use 11 with 2 precision, then 2 precision only will be used. 1 precision, it will be 1 precision here. Observe, 6.7 has been rounded to 7. If you use 0 precision, it's going to be rounded completely to 3. So 2.7 will be rounded to 3. In a similar way, the positive and negative values will be rounded appropriately, 2.5 to 2 and minus 2.5 to minus 2. So the format in general is like some value which is empty in one format, or 0, 1, 2 indexing in another format. The target width, which is optional, we can remove it, and the target precision, which is also optional, we might provide it. It takes time to familiarize yourself with all of that, but over time you will be good in that. So far we were using the replacement fields. I'm going to discuss the other two styles in this video. The first one is the F string. The F string is a very modern way to print something. See here, this is the two old ways that we learn it. Not so old, still very common in industry. We provide 2 curly braces, provide 2 values. That's okay. We can provide here using the keyword argument name and age and print it here. The purpose of the F string is to get rid of the format part. You just write the letter F here and that's all. Then the Python will by default get the name and get the age from the current available local variables or visible variables. So the moral of a string, you put F and you get rid of this part and everything is perfect. If you would like to format it in, let's say I would like to format some number in a specific precision. In the normal way, you write something like colon 11 3F and then you print the val. Or in the keyword format, you put the val here. You put the same here with just the word F. So the moral of that is simplifying and getting rid of the format function. I would like to show you also the if string with the classes. Remember, we learned about the str representation and representation. Now we can just use the str and representation using if string, which will be very nice. So this is so far is normal and expected. But what I would like to add here is as following. If you try to print the object itself using f string, it's going to print the str representation. If you would like to force it to print the representation, please put these 2 extra characters here to force that. To understand the meaning of that, return back to the document that I referenced before. More than that, you can just do very normal things. Like for example, you can call you can call a function like name.lower. It's going to call the function for you. This is f string. As you see, it just made the notation simpler and simpler. The last thing is the modulus operator. The modulus operator is a very old way to print. You shouldn't use it, but I would like you to be little aware of it because you might meet it in some legacy code. It's mainly coming from the C programming language. Here is the string, and instead of the curly braces, which is very open without the data type, you actually specify the data type. Mod S mean expected string, mod D expected integer, mod F expected float. And then instead of dot format function, you actually use the modulus operator here and open this like tuple and pass the parameters for you. It's going to format it for you. In a very similar way, if you would like to format like a float number, you can write here modulus 0.3f. It will prepare a precision of 3. If you would like to handle width, you can say modulus 15.3f. It's going to handle that for you. In a similar way, you can, if you have a single integer, you can write something like mod d modulus 1 to 3, and that's all. It's going also to handle it for you. That's all. It's very similar to the format style, but very verbose also. The if string is the way to go. That's all.